Willie D live.
What's up, family? Walk with me. Imagine you're a kid in your neighborhood. You decide to walk with your friends to go get something to eat. When on the way back home, some dudes jump out of the bushes, kids, and just open fire on you and your friends. It happened, fam. Check out the video, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine.
You know, Lauren, the family of the victim identifying her as 13-year-old Jalia Ton. Her tragic death comes just days before Christmas. Her family telling me there are gifts under the tree that she'll never get to open.
She was my miracle baby. She was premature. She was born 3 months early. She was 2 pounds, 5 ounces. And she came home 2012, right before Christmas. And then she left right before Christmas.
Planning her daughter's funeral was not how Whitney Brown Tune expected to spend the week of Christmas. Overwhelmed with grief, the mother of 4 spoke with me about her 13-year-old daughter, Jalia.
She's a helper. She's friendly, smart, bubbly. Just had this personality that, it's going to be hard. We're not going to get back.
Goldsboro police arresting 3 teenage boys in connection to Jalia's death. They say the 13-year-old was killed just after 4:30 Sunday afternoon in the 200 block of Alpha Court.
I held her in her last moments.
Jalia's 14-year-old sister, Jalia, held her as she took her final breath. She told me they walked with friends to get something to eat. On the way home, she says a group of boys that she didn't know jumped out the bushes and started shooting. She frantically turned around, looking for her sister, and that's when she saw Jalia had been shot.
She looked so scared, like I was scared myself because I hate to have to see her like that. And it was like all on my hands. I didn't want to wipe it off because it's like I still felt her presence. And I still felt that she was with me.
Loved ones affectionately called Jalia Lily, telling me she was your average 7th grader who had a big personality. Jalia today wearing her sister's favorite hoodie because she says it's the closest they'll ever be to one another.
She didn't deserve this at all. Like, people are very cruel because now I have to live on without my sister.
And Goldsboro police say the 16-year-old suspects make their first court appearance today. The 15-year-old suspect will make his tomorrow. And of course, police say this remains an active investigation.
Before I get into my commentary, condolences to the family, condolences to her friends, and everyone affected by this tragedy. Now let's talk about some uncivilized mutts. What in your damn mind would provoke you to pull out guns and arbitrarily open fire on a group of kids? And on top of that, you're a kid yourself. What are you thinking, you uncivilized mutt? Who raised you? Like, there has to be something going on with who raised them also. This is not just on the kid. This is who prepared them for that moment. I know there's always exceptions to the rule, fam. There's sometimes the parent did the best that they could, and the best that they could was really, really good. It was damn good. But in most cases, when you have these uncivilized mutts, just like you have racist uncivilized mutts, it is their mammy and pappy who set the tone. It is those who gave birth to those uncivilized mutts and who raised them, or should I say who bred them. Because they're animals. That's right, I said it. They are animals. Kids, my ass. I be hearing people, well, they're just kids. They don't know when they're kids, man. They just opened fire and snuffed out the life of a 13-year-old kid. And they said that this kid was a happy kid, and she lit up the room when she would walk in the room. She lighted up. And she looked like that type of kid. She had a great smile. For her to go out like that, and for her sister, who's only 1 year older than her, 1 year older than her, to witness it and hold her as she took her last breath. Ooh, man, that's something she ain't never gonna get over. That's something that's so traumatic that more than likely it's going to carry over into her adulthood, and it'll rear its head from time to time when she's raising her own children. When she's, going through her own personal, intimate, and romantic relationships. It's going to affect her. And it's also going to affect the other kids that were there. Who raised these uncivilized mutts, man? We ain't never got down like some of these kids are doing today. Never. We were never that damn bad. Something like that will probably affect every aspect of her life. And the other kids who were there. You got 3 youngsters who just threw their lives away. Oh, their asses are definitely going to be tried as adults. Ain't no way they're going to just put them away for a few years in a juvenile facility. No, no, no. See, the way the system works is there are certain crimes that one might commit where they deem you unredeemable. Like, you can't come back from that. They're like, if your mind is so messed up, where you would just indiscriminately open fire on a group of kids, you can't be saved. Oh, they're gonna bury their ass. Oh, they gone. They are gone for decades. They may never get out. They may give every last one of them life without parole. And I don't feel nothing for them. They deserve it. I don't think you can let those type out. I don't think they deserve to come out. They don't deserve, they forfeited their right to live amongst the civilized because they are uncivilized and they deserve to be put in a cage. They deserve to stay in a cage for the rest of their days. Our parents thought we were bad. I'll bet you $1 to a donut, they'll take us now over this current generation any day. I want to be clear that this is a generalization. I am not talking about every single youngster out there because some of y'all are absolutely amazing. Some of y'all are out there killing it. You're grinding, you're shining, you're making your parents proud, you're making your grandparents proud, you're making your friends and other relatives proud, you're making your coaches proud, your teachers proud, you're getting it. If you want to make sure that all of that hard work is not in vain, you better make sure you pick your friends carefully. And you got to be so good at picking your friends that your friends have to be good at picking friends. Because a friend that's not good at picking friends is just as dangerous as you picking a bad friend, because they'll bring a friend around you that's up to no good, and that person will put your life in danger. That person might take your life. So you got to be very careful. A lot of these youngsters, they just don't value life at all. They don't like breathing. They really are, they're anti-oxygen. Like, they got a problem with breathing. They do not like the idea of getting old, like aging with grace. It's like they got a problem with that. This is why some of them have so much disrespect for their elders. Yeah, fam. They disrespect their elders because they can't see themselves being elderly. They are ready to die. I don't understand that. Did everybody get a shot or something, like a special shot? Did somebody come through and hypnotize them or something? Brainwash them some type of way? Like, what the hell happened? Something happened, fam. Something happened. Our young people were never that bad. And again, it's not all. It's really a small percentage, but the dirt rise to the top, not the cream. So it's the dirt that we're gonna hear about the most. It's the ones who are out there living foul that we're gonna hear these stories about the most, because those are the stories that spook us. Those are the stories that piss us off. That makes us angry as hell. And so we talk about those. Those stories tend to get more views, more clicks, more likes, more discussion, than these other stories. But nevertheless, they're still prevalent, and something needs to be done, fam. Something needs to be done, and it's not just a one-size-fit-all fix. And it's not just a one thing. It's so many things that need to be fixed. Things that need to be fixed at home with these parents before they become parents. And that's something that the government can help with. That's something that the community can help with, right? Like, we got to get back to that village, man. We ain't gonna survive. We're not gonna make it if we don't get back to that village. These uncivilized mutts, for committing a crime like that, their faces should be shown. They should absolutely show their faces so that we can see what we're dealing with. The public must be warned of these uncivilized mutts. Who are they? And they shouldn't get a break in the juvenile system. Let the rest of the juveniles see them, who they are. And let's see how they navigate through that shark-infested water in those youth facilities. Let's see how they operate in those detention centers. Let's see how they operate in those adult jails. Yeah, it's gonna be something totally different. Why would you take a damn gun and just start shooting at human beings? Why would you do something like that? There had to be some signs that these guys were capable of doing something like that already. And I don't know, maybe the whole story haven't been told yet. Maybe some of the boys that they were walking with were enemies. And they decide to jump out and start shooting, which don't make it any better. But maybe that explains why they just started shooting at a group of kids. Because when you get into that world and you have that type of energy gets matched. And you have these uncivilized mutts behaving in that way. This is why it's important to know who you're around. Everybody don't deserve to kick it with you. Youngster, you gotta be careful about who you call friend and who you hang around, because it could mean the difference between life and death. It could mean the difference between freedom and incarceration. You gotta make sure that this person who wants to be your friend is sowing into you, is bringing something to the table. Make sure you wanna be my friend, you got to bring real friendship to the table. See, when I was growing up, I used to think that dudes was my friends because they would help me fight. Oh, that's my dog, man. He helped me fight. He helped me whoop them boys, I used to think they were my friend because when I would do something stupid, they would laugh about it and they would brag about it. I thought that's my partner, And as I grew older, I realized that friends don't let friends go on missions that will get them killed or locked up or beat the F up. That's not a true friend. You know, a lot of us, we just been taught backwards. We've been taught life backwards. So everything that we think is right is wrong, and everything we think is wrong is right. We got to get back to common sense. How can I be your friend if I tell you, man, come with me, man, we gonna go rob this place, and I claim to love your mama, I claim to love your daddy and your family. You know, I ate at your people's house and they love me, they call me their son. And I'm gonna take you, this person they love so much, and put your life in danger like that. I'm gonna put your freedom on the line like that. I'm gonna tell you, come join this gang with me. No, a friend would protect a friend. No, man, this ain't for you. I can't help myself, but this ain't for you. You have a duty to yourself for the love of yourself to make sure that you don't become a casualty with them, that you don't get caught up with them. And if you jump out there off that porch with them and you do get caught up, you deserve every single thing that's coming your way. Ain't no crime. You asked for that. You had options and you made your choice. No more talk.